Grand Rising, Elizabeth. My name is Deitra, and I have team members, Mama Raziya and Sister Jacqueline. Today is June 13th, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so good to be here and good to have you here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Queen, did you bring this cold weather in or what?
I don't know.
I know.
This is not my MO. I'm a San Diego
Okay.
girl. I'm from California.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it's interesting what's happening with the weather, the air quality and the burning fires in Canada coming down and bringing this weather. And people I don't know, have you seen any instances of issues with breathing in people you've been around?
No, because the people are aware, and so they've been taking care of themselves, I guess.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Although my husband, for a couple of hours, he just was coughing. He was saying that his throat was bothering him and everything. So I don't know.
Okay. Is he doing better?
He's not coughing right now. So
Okay. That's good. Well, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if Mama Evelyn is with us. I don't know. I don't know if she can hear me.
I have to get gas, y'all. So I'm en
Okay, I
route.
just want to know if you can hear us. That's all.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, good. Okay, well, I'm going to do our oracle reading. I haven't picked it, so I'm going to do it with this all. Woo, we got a lot of choices. Woohoo! Okay, let's see what we have here today. We have Jumbie. And this is the Jumbie is one of mass. Oh, you can't see this. Let me take this off. If I can do this real quick. No, not that. Okay, there we go. You might be able to see it. You see a Jumbie mask at the bottom? It's still not clear.
That's a mask?
She has one on her face.
Oh, okay.
It's masked all around her.
Okay.
What's interesting is that even though she's using a decorative mask, we are wearing masks now. It kind of just correlates to us wearing masks. And that makes me think about how our mask looks to children. When they see us with these masks on, everybody, I wonder, does it look very strange, to them, like, why are these people wearing these things on their faces? But anyway, that's kind of a, let me find out what Jumbie is talking about. Let's see, 18. Ooh, okay. All right, Jumbie, 18. Okay, Jumbie. Jumbie is of the Temple of Shadows. She is the element air. Wow, this is the second week we went to an element of air goddess. I'm like,
is that you?
That's me.
Okay.
Right. And she's from the Caribbean. And jumbos are the scary, shadowy, otherworldly spirits and monsters of the Caribbean. Interesting. Jumbies, not jumbos, jumbies are the scary, shadowy, otherworldly spirits and monsters of the Caribbean. Okay, what is her guidance? Where is the lie? Get quiet to get clear. Put your hand on your heart. Let's do that. Now, are you confused or are you afraid? Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. All right. Okay, and the embodiment is show your true face. Wearing a mask blocks your vulnerability and blessings. If you are wearing a mask, dare to reveal yourself. You are lying to others and to yourself. Wearing a mask is exhausting. Be you. If someone else is wearing a mask with you, you deserve clarity. Your relationship and connection is built on lies. Their mask is a projection of your own. Wow, that's deep.
Mm-hmm.
I want to read that again because their mask is a projection of your own. The goddess declaration is, I am willing to remove the mask.
Mm-hmm.
I am willing to remove the mask.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to go back a little bit where it says that their mask, another person's mask, is a projection of your own. Because it really ties into A Course in Miracles for me, where they talk about there's only one. So if I'm wearing a mask and somebody else is wearing, am I creating, other reactions in other people? Are they reflecting me? So that's something always to think about, what I'm seeing outside of myself, is it really something I'm actually showing as well? Are there any comments on the reading today? Jumpy. Shadows.
Yeah.
Shadow. It's interesting. Are we ever wearing masks? Have you ever felt that you were?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm. Especially when I'm dealing with somebody I really don't want to deal with.
Right.
So I have to hide that face of I don't want to deal with you.
Yeah, right, right. And sometimes that's true for me too, when I really don't want to always have a conversation with someone. Okay, let's mute Mama. Oh, she is muted. Okay. All right. Yeah, sometimes you got to smile and talk a whole bunch when I don't want to talk. I'm like, so sometimes I'll put them on a mask for that situation, so I fit in or something,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, so you gotta remember, I am willing to remove the mask. And I am willing to do it,
Yeah, yeah, right.
It doesn't do anything for me.
Right.
Not at all, not at all.
What's that song? Baby, I'm for real.
Exactly. They made songs about it. That's right.
So what you see, this really is it right here, right here, right here.
That's who I am. That's right. And Mama Evelyn, did you have anything to share about wearing a mask and being somebody else when you can't be yourself? Okay. Maybe not. Okay, so the next thing I had on the thing to talk about today was I want to do some exercises. I thought about Mama Het. I said, you know what? I do little things every morning. But I said, well, maybe I'll bring it to the group. So today I wanted to do 3 small exercises. One with our hands, one with our neck, and one with our shoulders.
Okay.
So, with your hand, Mama Evelyn, are you free or are you driving?
She's still driving. She
Right,
just
okay.
dropped him off.
Right, okay, well, I guess I'll get started.
It's
Where
me
is
and you,
everybody?
baby. It's me. I don't know. I know we need to begin to do some promotions and stuff and we need some new bodies. Some the older bodies, everybody's starting to drift off into their own direction.
Because that's interesting, because I had to, in my mind, it came across that, will I still be able to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Because things are a little tight, even for me right now, you know. Our business is growing, and that's thankful, yay. But we have to I have to carve out time to do that as well with my husband. We have to meet and talk about the business.
Yeah.
And so normally I go from 7 in the morning, we get up at 7 to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I just drift over, you know. And I tell them on Tuesdays after 8 o'clock, I have to do this. So, but they had to cut off that meeting we have. So I'm like, Lord, you know, my team members, I don't know where they are at this, you know, they doing something else too.
Have you talked to
Jacqueline,
yeah.
you know, I talked to her last week.
Mm-hmm.
She went to California, made it back home. It was a good time. She had a good time, but I haven't talked to her since then.
Yeah, because I've been thinking I need to call her and, you know, just check up on her and stuff. But yeah, there's some considerations, I think, in all of our lives and stuff, you know.
Right. I know. And how are the other shows? Because I can't even attend the other ones. It was like, okay.
Sometimes, especially Monday and Tuesdays are slower.
Okay.
It's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are okay.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's nice.
So, but
yeah,
you know, what we did was, and because I've been thinking about the same thing, and we, you know, when we were focused on the conference, then we weren't doing the ads for the
right.
Elizabeth. You know, our focus was taken off of that and trying to get you know, people to buy tickets or vendor.
Yes.
And the date was what we were putting out there. So, and then the other thing is that life continues happening to all of us, right? And it's just about knowing, and I mean, and really that's what Elizabeth is about, expanding what you're doing. And so that expansion also means that some of the time may have to come from here. Yeah, because now you got to do this, like with Peace, you know, when she got her own company and she got the car, now she's responsible for getting the kids to school.
Right.
Where it's a whole different thing. And you know, everybody had whatever their reasons are. I don't know why nobody won't come on anymore. I don't know.
I know, right?
I don't know. And, you know, I've kind of, besides that, at some point, I want to do a survey from the leaders who are not attending anymore at all.
Right.
Why?
Right.
Not a why of good and bad, but why?
Right, exactly.
You know, just
right.
Why? You know, when you leave your home, you still pop in to see. Well, some people, they leave home and they never come back, go back. But you know, then you don't know why and stuff.
Exactly.
And it's not a why from personal thing because I don't like you, but you know, it's the show fulfilling what, and then still also what my relationship or whatever impact I've had on anyone. And in this case, we're talking about the leadership, or we're talking about people who have been with us for such a long time and then just never come back. And they were there really aggressively, they were there.
Yes.
And so, like I know, Juanita, when her mother got ill, she had to, go back down south to wherever she's at, and and all that. And then she got a job, and now wonderful things. She's got, she's in college now, completing. Yes, that's awesome and stuff. But Juanita
Mhm.
pops in every so often.
Every so often she does, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He sleep.
I muted her.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And so, yeah, so don't feel bad if you have to do that, it's
okay, yeah,
part of
understand.
life, part of life. I don't expect anyone, although I'd love it if everyone.
I know.
But, mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna talk to my team members and find out if they, is it too much for them right now? I know Jacqueline, she's trying to deal with the situation. But Mama Razia, once again, she's I was just like, yeah. So I didn't want to drop the ball,
Mm-hmm.
But everyone understands what I'm going, what I'm dealing with. So
Yeah.
um,
Right.
right.
And then
Yeah.
sometimes, because I'm like, okay, here's the most important thing
Uh-huh.
is I trust the Holy Ghost.
Yes, yes.
And this is not my show.
Right.
And I know I did not create it.
Yes.
So I for one, the Spirit told me do not get attached to nobody.
Right. Yes.
Love everybody, but as far as attachment that I need you to do this,
Right.
not that, because there are seasons that we need this type of information, like what Mama Yaba, and that was a whole different subject, right?
Right.
And then what Peace was bringing forth, well, her life wasn't allowing that anymore because she stepped off in big steps. And
Right.
then who else was it? That was Wednesday.
Right.
Thursday changed. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah.
All three of those days changed. And yeah, so I'll keep my ears open to see what what the Lord say.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Yeah, but I'll keep you posted on what's going on with me too. So, but thank you. Thank you for your patience and your vision and everything. So, and thank God, I guess, I mean, he gave it to you. All right. So let's do these little exercises.
Okay.
Not little, little exercises. They good. They good for you. Okay, so now we're gonna start with our hands. And this is called, you put your fingers together like this. All of them touching. And this is what I call a hand tent. But you want to bring them together like this and bring it out. You want to do that 10 times. 1, 2, 3. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay. Rub it, shake it off. Yay. All right. So next we're gonna do fist. We're gonna make some fists, ball fist, just 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Shake that off. All right. It's interesting when I thought about when I do those exercises, I use my hands for so much. We do, especially with braiding, and I mean, it's like, wow, I truly appreciate them, you know, because I need them for everything, pretty much. All right, so the next thing is going to be our neck. First of all, I'm gonna go side to side like this. I got to hear it popping and everything, just like Mama has said. When it pop, say woo or whatever, be happy. Do this 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I can feel the stretching on the side. So yeah. Once again, we use this here for everything too, moving around. Now we're gonna do what I call just circles, circle. Just move your head around in a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're gonna go the other way. Wow, that can get you a little dizzy. Ha!
I'm gonna say yeah. Okay.
We'll try this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Right. It's amazing how I heard the little different sounds in my neck. I'm like, all right.
Little cracklings.
Exactly right. Now we're gonna do the shoulders. And we're gonna go front. This is gonna be simple. 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, shake it off. Woo-hoo. Then we're gonna roll back 10. 1, 2.
Wow, popping all in here.
I know.
4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, great. Take that off. All right.
Well, that
Thank
was
you all for participating.
Mm-hmm.
Hope your body feels a little better, moving around a little bit. But this discussion today is about Big Mom. I'm sure we all had that female matriarchal figure maybe in our lives that really made impression on our lives. You know, I can remember on my mother's side and my father's side, the mother. And take time to think about it. I guess I'll start talking about it because I've been thinking about it, of course. On my father's side, my mother, Hattie Covington, that's her name. She was the matriarch. She had a home in Sumter Township, in Michigan. It's called Sumter Township, Michigan. So that's the area. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's out there near Romulus, but that's where she had it. But in her home, it was known as the farm.
Mhm.
So all of my cousins, me all the way, any first and second cousins I have, know about the farm.
Mhm.
Because that was a place every Sunday we would go. My grandmother would open her home to anybody who came. She had food, everything, but we went there. We would gather together, me and my cousins, and dance and have fun. But, you know, that made an impression on all of us. Anytime I see any cousin, even when I went to California and saw those cousins, they said, "Do you still go to the farm?" I mean, it's known. We know. We don't go to the farm anymore because it was sold. Now we don't have it.
Mhm.
But that was the spot to go to hang out with my family. And my big mama, my father's mother, would be the one to cook food, you know, everything. You know, we would help when we came there, but she got it started. Now on my mother's side, that was her name was Maggie Dotson, Magnolia Dotson. She was my big mama down there, and she was in Mississippi. I'm sorry, in McCool, Mississippi, which is near McCool, Mississippi. Well, anyway, in that area, she was known as Mama Mag. You know, she had a name for the community. They knew that Mama Mag, if you needed anything, she would have it. She
Mhm.
would do it. But when we went down there, we would go down there every summer near 4th of July for 2 weeks. And she would always have food for us. If you had any ailments or anything was going on during that 2-week time frame, we went down there. Take it to Mama Mag. She'll help you out. She'll know what to do. So that's what we did. I mean, I remember many times going down south, and if I had anything wrong with me, my mother, her daughter, my Mama Mag's daughter is my mother. You know, my mother would take it to her. She's like, Deitra is going through this, and she'll whip up something, bring out some ointment, whatever. She would know what to do. I
Mhm.
mean, it was amazing to me, but I was looking forward to going down there for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But those were my two matriarchs, you know, on my mother's side and my father's side. And they were very important to me, you know, and when I think about them, I'm thankful. I don't know, do you all have any stories of matriarchs?
I don't. I didn't. I talked to my grandmother, my mother's side, over the phone,
Mhm.
um, maybe half a dozen times.
Okay.
And my dad's mother was already passed when I came, so I never met any. Well, I'll take that back. Aunt Anne, but she died when I was younger, so she would probably what you call the matriarch. But I didn't spend a whole lot of time around her
Mhm.
because yeah, you made me think. Yeah, so there was, but she was up in Pontiac, and we lived in well, I did see her sometimes when I was little, but then I'm trying to think with the timeline. I didn't spend a lot of time, but we did spend time.
Yes, yes.
So she would be what would be called that. And then once we moved to Detroit, I it I couldn't tell you who it was because
Okay.
I didn't go around Dad's people that much,
Okay.
except when he went to visit, and then I still wouldn't pay attention.
Right, right,
I
right.
still wasn't paying attention. So yeah, I'm just looking at today is pajama day at RJ school.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so they wear their pajamas,
Watching these kids, yeah.
and the teacher said, bring as many plushies as you want. I said, a 12-year-old gonna bring plushies? No, RJ has a whole bag full of his plushies. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I just wanted to interject that because I'm sitting here and yeah, getting ready to pull out and I just see them all running with their big stuffed animals.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness. That
that is,
sounds exciting, for children. It does.
Yeah.
matriarch in my family. My granny died when I was, I think 2 or 3 years. No, because I was outside playing, so I had to then. I was playing in the yard. I'm just thinking. So maybe I was 4 or 5. Something.
Oh.
Anyway, so Granny was that because she had 6 kids. Then my mom and Aunt Edie was very much the matriarchs, right?
Oh.
That's for the last, I would say they were my matriarchs because I love them like they were my moms because I love those ladies because they, I'm just saying, look wise, my mom could have blended right in,
Mhm.
and yeah, so yes, I love those ladies. I love them so much.
Yes. And so in Detroit, I'm the oldest now
Uh-huh.
in Detroit. And I could say that I'm somewhat of a matriarch. I wish the last house, not the last house, but the one before that is like we had a nice size house and stuff, and so the matriarch is kind of like that person. Everybody comes to their house for holidays and stuff like that. Well, now in the space that I have is not doing that. And then yeah, but that would be on EDM and then they were the last to pass on EDM mama, but the other ones were very much matriarchal. We totally respected our aunts and uncles.
Okay. Yeah.
Because all of them allowed each other to whoop our butts.
Right.
So, we wasn't getting away with stuff, but yeah, that's let me see who else outside of that.
Yeah, just like for me, it's actually one of my cousins. My daddy, my father's, that was his niece. She's more like the matriarch now, but she when we have an event, I invite her to everything I have, and she's normally at everything with family. Like if it's at the church, she's really into the church. So whenever she has an event at church, she invites the family. So right now we don't have like a place where we all go necessarily.
Yeah.
And I don't know, after she goes, who's gonna be next? It's different now. Everyone is all over the place. We're moved all over different states. We're not.
Right.
Yeah, it's not like everybody in Michigan or something. No. Yeah. So
I want to say, you made me think. So yeah, there would have been the place where everybody goes. That would have been my aunt Alberta, who was a hairdresser.
Oh,
Mhm,
That's where all the family reunions on my mom's side was,
mhm.
you know. And after she passed away, her daughter Wendy attempted, but I'm sorry, they were so freaking boring. I just, I, it was boring going there. I was like, no, there's no flavor here. I love y'all
Flavor
guys.
Flav.
No flavor, you know. And I think my cousin Linda would be if she were respected like that. I think she's respected by her brothers more so, and maybe a sister or two more so than one, uh, more so than her sons, and her daughter takes care of her. But I think, you know, when you're in that caretaker mode at such a young age, not totally young, because I think Gina's maybe in her 30s. For I don't even know how old Gina is. Oh my goodness. But she has taken on the role of taking care of her mom, you know, and her brothers, her three brothers just totally, they, you know, don't respect her as much as I think they should.
oh.
And that's why we haven't crossed paths, because I got a few words, you know, for those three knuckleheads, you know,
Right.
who all three have gone to prison, you
Mm,
know, for stupid shit,
Yeah.
mhm.
you know. And well, Adrian, just because he carried a gun, and that was the time, it was 2 years minimum,
Oh, wow. Okay.
you know. And then the older one and the younger one just in the wrong place with the wrong people at the wrong time,
Mhm.
out there hanging out instead of,
Doing wrong.
you know, her older son
It's
was
wrong
a
time, doing
fantastic
wrong.
artist.
Mm.
Huh?
I
He
said
was a fantastic artist.
the wrong place, the wrong time, doing wrong.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, now they having, well, not all, one is having babies, and I mean, it just not, yeah. And then telling one of them, Adrian, telling his son not to listen to his grandmother. I would have smacked that boy, because
Yeah, I mean, they're
this
being,
woman, this woman raised y'all well. You
yeah.
know, it may not have been perfect to you, but I mean, she did a really good job of raising them and making sure that they had all they needed, you know, and maybe not everything they wanted, but everything they needed. And for them to just, you know, totally not respect her, you know, she hasn't seen her oldest one in a while. He goes off for long periods of time. So,
Mhm.
but I haven't seen them or talked to them in years.
Yeah, because I was just thinking as we're talking, what is the attribute of a matriarch, that big mama? What do they carry? What makes them who they are? You know, those, is it,
So I got something.
okay, go ahead.
Characteristic of a big mama. Unconditional love,
Okay,
Yep.
stern but gentle.
okay.
You know, because you know you just don't do just anything around Big Mama. And you do not want to disappoint Big Mama.
You don't.
Yes.
You
Yes.
don't, because her love is so pure. So, you know, Big Mama, Big Daddy, both when they have that characteristic, you just want to get a big hug from them.
Right.
You expect goodies from them, you know, and easy to talk to,
Yes.
and they protect you. Leave that baby alone.
Right.
Talking to your mama and dad,
Mhm.
leave that baby alone.
Exactly.
She, you know, she with Nana, so she whatever.
Exactly. That's really
But she
interesting.
will correct you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Big mama
And
will, and then give
if
you
she's one of if
hate.
she's one of those if she's one of those moms who those matriarchs who don't give no f's about your feelings,
Yeah,
will tell you about
yeah,
yourself
yeah,
Right.
in no uncertain terms.
yeah.
Right.
will hit you over the head with the frying pan if she
Oh.
needs to, you know.
Right. Yeah, so I was wondering, do we have the ability to still have a person like that in our lives? I mean, this younger generation, I don't know. Do they know how to respect and even appreciate that love from somebody?
I think so. I think there are those who can. I just want to say that the young lady, the Sheena's, well, Sheena doesn't consider her a friend anymore, but the young lady and her daughter that stay here,
Okay.
I understand why she is so very upset on a level, because she lost her backbone, her grandmother and her grandfather last year at the begin, or was it this year? At the beginning, she just lost them both.
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
and so now, her relationship with her mom, is okay, but I think they consider me more of a mom.
Okay.
And I think in some way I don't want to say envy, but wish they had the kind of mother I am to my daughter.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And because Candace, who Sheena was friends with, I don't know, you may know, Dika, Mama Queen, Dika, she's a singer, tall, light skin. She played at Hug Detroit.
Dika?
Dika. Yeah, plays the guitar. Yep.
Believe me,
If you,
most people, it's when I see them. Oh, hey,
yeah,
no, a bit
yeah,
more
you
than
know
her
her.
name. And she
You
doesn't
know her.
hang with in my circle, so like a.
No. She's
Yeah,
more of
so
a
she might
rocker.
have, yeah, she might have showed up and did something. Yeah.
Yeah. But Sheena feels betrayed by her and that she's not a good friend, but she has a very bad relationship with her mom. She actually went on that talk show with that guy, that black guy, and they are very like, I was like, ooh, that just hurt me to see it. It was like, ooh, I would have been a better mother than you. I was like,
Okay.
ooh. I was like, but I'm thinking neither one of them will back down to listen and to
Right.
help heal.
Yeah.
So I pray for that one of them will just back off and back down and heal. Let the relationship heal and do what it takes to let it heal.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't imagine. Me and Sheena bicker. We do. But not a lot. It's about little things,
Yeah.
Um, like, just like like my driving. I'm like, girl, I was driving when I was way before you. You didn't start driving till you were in your 20s.
Yeah.
So,
You're like
yeah.
friends. You're, mothers and friend. My mom was like that. We could talk about any and everything, and
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. My sister and her daughter, when I just visited in South Carolina, their relationship. And my sister would be a good big mama as she gets a little older.
Mm-hmm.
But they travel together. They travel the world together, her and her daughter. They're
Mm-hmm.
going to where they going next? Somewhere in Spain or something, but they've been to Africa and all over the place.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, but they do travel together a lot. Costa Rica, that's where they going. Yeah, Costa
Yeah.
Rica.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but my sister is that type, that description you gave, being firm but loving. So she has that, all those characteristics. So I can see her being that person.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I love everybody, but I'm not as stern as most people are, as big mamas are. I'll let you get away with stuff and But that's for my daddy. My father was like that with me. You know, he'll let me do whatever. If I showed up with a smile, he'll be happy. Whatever you want, honey.
Just show up.
Right.
Even
Yeah.
if you didn't have a smile, then they come here, baby. What's the matter?
Right. Right.
I'm telling you, I am really loving my first set of grandchildren. There was so much baby mama drama.
Uh-huh.
I could not really enjoy them because in any moment you don't know if they're going to be able to come back over again. You know
Right.
what the mama is feeling, and then feeling the hurt that my son is feeling, and seeing the yeah, just watching all that baby mama drama. And but these two, my son said, I promise you, they will be in your life, mama.
Oh, good.
Promise you. It didn't start off looking like that though.
Right.
I said, what is it with you and these babies, mamas? What how how are you how are you picking them? But they're lovely young ladies, they really are. And I don't know, you know, you're somebody being your son or your daughter is different than being somebody's boyfriend or girlfriend.
That's true.
Whole
Yeah.
different dynamics of what they deal with. I can't have sex with my son, so there may be dynamics in the bed with the girl, or there may be, you know, you don't have enough money, or you
Right.
know, and
Whatever. That's right.
whatever that is. And but they're very nice young ladies. And them two, when I see them too,
Uh-huh.
make sure I drop everything and they see me drop everything,
Uh-huh.
go to them to, you know, be present with them.
Okay.
Long being present with them, you know, but I mean, while they're in there, they know that grandma is watching.
Yes.
Grandma's going to stop and run and chase you and pick you up and throw you around and hug you and
Yes.
else, and then send you on, and then, you know, yeah. So
Yeah, it's definitely something.
mhm.
Yeah, but you know, I just been hearing a lot, you know, I listen to different people talk, different podcasts, and a lot of times they talk about the importance of that matriarch, you know, that person
Mhm.
in their life, because you know, they can pull things together a lot quicker than most people can. You know, that person, Big Mama, she'll
Mhm.
bring people together, just like what you said. People, they love and honor them, and you know, they can take the stern talk and from them. You know, that might not be from everybody, but people in the family can take it from Big Mama.
Right. I'm gonna tell Big Mama on you. I'm gonna tell Big Mama on you.
Right, exactly. Right. And they know Big Mama take care of it. She'll handle it.
I know sometimes being especially having the business, the family business, and being
Yes.
and a few of my family, niece or even my sisters, would tell on me
Tell on you.
and go to mama, so mama can call and straighten me out and stuff, you know.
Right.
I didn't care, you know. I would say what was my truth.
Right,
I
exactly.
remember one time mama, my sister and them they were talking about they were talking about the children, and I had my granddaughter would come. So when my granddaughter would come, I would have to take care of her. I'd have to make sure she this, that, and the other. And so if my
Okay.
niece is
Woo.
there, sometimes, you know, you have money for this, but you don't, so you had to balance
Right.
out and all that stuff anyway. But it would be so funny because I would, yeah, even if it was mama, I'd just say, I do not agree with you, mama.
Uh-huh.
no, this is what happened, and
Right.
yes, I did this, and so and so and so and so. And then, if I had to apologize, I'd apologize for something. And but yeah, they was funny.
Yes. Grand
12,
Rising, Miss
16,
Ebony.
huh? Hi, Ebony.
Grand Rising to Ebony.
Mm-hmm. Grand to the rise. Grand to the rise.
Yeah, but that's interesting though, because it's just so today is so different in how things are developing. We're going through a cycle, as far as I'm thinking of myself, I had a big mama, you know, she's, transitioned to something else, who's gonna step into that role? I don't know just yet, like I said, it's my auntie, her daughter, no, her granddaughter, I'm sorry, my cousin, not my auntie, step into that role. She's kind of the person now, but she's older too, she's up there. And I don't know who would step into that place for her, so it's interesting that it's on my radar. Is there something I'm supposed to be doing at this point, to help make sure that my children and grandchildren have someone to go to. And so far now, like, again, it looks like my sister for my side, my family.
Yeah.
Because my son, he goes to my sister before he'll come to me sometime. He'll go and talk to her. But she's that person. Yeah. So, but on the father's side, I'm trying to think on my children's father's side, who is on that side. I don't know. I wouldn't know who that was because their grandmother has transitioned and she would have been that person. And her daughter, no, she's not that type of person. She'd rather not deal with anybody if she had the choice. Right. Poor Susan. Yeah, she's like that, but we love her.
Yeah, Ebony, we're talking about big mamas. And who was your big mama in your family? The matriarch, past or present. If you want to share and jump in. Same with you, Pam.
Queen's the big mama now.
Right.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised how many of them they totally respect Pam.
Okay.
Because Pam she tells me how she's really feeling, and then she just shut up. They don't really know how Auntie Pam is feeling.
Right.
What I do notice about Pam is that she does her one-on-one with the kids.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't think Pam can do any wrong because she doesn't have kids, so they don't get to see her cussing them people out and beating their butts. Just throw that little side comment in, as auntie,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so. But I thought, this was a nice conversation. I mean, the whole thought of talking about it because of the impression Big Mama has made in my life on both sides. I think it really, when it comes to wellness and health, I think they really provided a lot of mentally, it helped me. And when they dole out that old wisdom on health, I mean, that was appreciated too. It's certain things. Both of my grandmothers always shared little tidbits on things that got them through, whatever helped them health-wise to get through, they would share it. They didn't hold back on much of anything.
what happens typically
Mm-hmm.
is because the mother, if they're not married,
Uh,
the mother usually has the children with her, and they
yeah.
meet her mom and that side of the family.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Mhm. And so the father's side, the dad's side, does not get to see them as much. And
Yeah.
you know, unless it's the right situation. If it's
Exactly.
the right situation, and the right situation is not always married, but they are parents and they engage with each other's families so that the children know all of them.
Exactly. That's true.
Sad thing is that when because something could happen, like with me, something could have happened to me, and Fame is the only one, my only child,
Yeah.
and maybe the 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 father side wants, no, I'll take him, and now he don't know none of his side.
No, yeah, right.
Oh, but legally, and it may be something where, you know, I don't know, you know, where the
Right.
court has to step in and say, okay, who, what, and then they don't know that side, they don't know that. And it's usually the big mama, the matriarch, that steps in and makes sure that the child is loved and
Yes.
and accepted and brought in and all of that, you know, like that. Just like when Mama Hobble had to stop and
That's right. She did.
raise her grandson, you know.
Right.
She's having a ball as
Oh,
well.
I'm sure she is, yeah.
She is having a ball.
But I thought about my father's mother, you know, on the farm. But when anybody up from down south had to come up north, they would come to her house and live with her if they had to. But she was that stopping point, even for travelers, you know, people that are moving up north,
Yeah.
come and stay with her. You know, everybody's. So it was amazing. I think about how she, talking about caretaking, you know, she was a caretaker for many, many years, you know, from her siblings, her aunties and everything. They would come through and stay with her, you know, for her to take care of. And she'll help get them settled in their homes if they want or whatever. But that was the stopping point right there at her house. You know, so many people from the South down in Florida, Georgia, they would come up. And so that helped us know, even through that, we knew our family down there, you know, because they would come and we would get to know them because we were coming every Sunday to the farm. And they would be there, you know, because that's where they were staying at the moment. So that was beautiful. I mean, it was a good dynamic, but it makes me realize how strong my grandmother was.
Yes.
You know, to be a caretaker for all people coming up, wherever, whoever needed a place. But you know, this reminds me of a memory that my brother, he was my father and the mother of that, my brother, we have different mothers, but the mother, it's interesting talking about this, but my brother's mother moved to Cleveland. So she took the children, just like you were saying, you know, normally the children go with that mother. He was in Cleveland, but he did not like it. He did not like his grandmother there and everything. So he actually got on a bike and rode that bike from Cleveland back to the farm because he wanted to be with his grandmother. You know, that's just how strong that grandmother can be. But he rode his bike the whole way, all the way back to Michigan on a bike. He went to
Wow.
I know, ain't that something? But that is a well-known story in my family. But my grandmother was like, baby, just come on. You know, you can stay here or whatever, you know, but that was that big mama characteristic. Come on. We got room for you.
Come on, we make room for you.
Right, right. but he got on his way on over there. But that just shows you, oh my goodness. You know, we have all these things about saying people can't stay with you or whatever. It didn't matter. If you had a bad attitude, you can come. It don't matter. We'll work it out. Yeah, so it's like, you know, right now it's like, you know, you got to be a certain type and certain way in order to come to my house. You know, do you have money? You got a job, whatever, you know. No, but Big Mama had that flair where she'll get you straight. You're gonna get it, you're gonna have some way to provide for the home or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, so it's just interesting to think back on that stuff.
Yeah. What I remember is I think my fondest memories are is in Topeka when all of us, you know, my mom and all of them were still in Kansas and still in Topeka, still in the Kansas City area, and going to the they call it Swole Park or something. And when we go to picnics and in particular going to Aunt Dorothy's house.
Oh.
She had a big house. It wasn't a mansion. It was a big house.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we come up there and we just, you know we're going to Topeka. We're going to Topeka.
Right.
And get up there and run through the house and run down the steps and run outside and run around the corner on that street. And yeah, and there was plenty of kids, so everybody was everywhere.
Okay.
Cousin, her son was paralyzed from birth.
Okay.
And everybody loved Clyde, and you get to see Clyde, and Clyde be on the floor. They be done put a big mat on the floor, so all of us get on the floor with him. And that was just running up and down the steps, and being a teenager, and sneaking to see where the boys are, and
right,
all of that. Those were the most fun times.
Yes.
My cousins, and and when all that, when people start getting grown, they start having children,
right,
and they start moving away here and there, and then people start getting ill and passing on and all that kind of stuff, and life changes. But my goodness, I had a ball in Topeka.
Yes, and you want that for your children and your grandchildren to have that same experience. But sometimes I don't know, it comes in a different way, I guess.
Well, people don't play anymore.
Right.
Some do. There's a whole lot of people who do. But the kids now, they're sitting in the house.
Right.
Even if it's a reunion, you walk in a room and they're all sitting there playing.
They're all inside, yep.
Or they're sitting outside, but they're playing.
Right.
They find somewhere where they can just stand or sit, and the fingers are going 100 miles an hour. So
yeah, but that little part of it, is it gonna survive? I don't know. I mean, our families are different in different ways, something to think about. Ebony, you have anything to share? I know she might be at work though, so. Yeah, but
I heard this preacher say, when he's talking about big mamas and grandmas, he said, do you ever notice that they never say we're going to granddad's house? It's always grandmother's house.
Right.
It's grandmother's house. Granddad has the trash can.
That's
grandmother's house. Dad has the trash can. That's it.
And he happy with that.
I like your hair.
Oh, thank you.
It is nice. I like it too.
Yeah, she got that little lioness look.
Yeah, I looked at myself, I was like, ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, but But yeah, you're right. When it comes to granddad, he might have a chair. I remember happy granddad. You know, if mama was taking care of everything, I'm good. I mean, that father was okay with it.
yeah. Yep. He might have the garage too.
Yeah, he might
Yeah.
have to.
He might have the garage.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because it's interesting. I was talking to my mother-in-law, and she was talking about her father and mother. And she said, you know, her mother would go grocery shopping, but sometimes she wouldn't have enough money. She wanted something else. So she would call her husband, my mother-in-law's grandfather. So he ended up giving her a credit card and saying, you can get whatever you want. Don't call me to be come to the grocery store giving you more money or anything. So he gave her a credit card to go and get what she want when she want. So that's what she telling me with my husband, with her son. You know, look, don't ask him, you know, if you can get something. Just he'll give you a card and you get whatever you want. I was like, which he did. My husband gave me a card. I have it. But I always let him know what I'm buying or whatever. But I have it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting how the matriarch, even my mother-in-law, you know, even though she's dealing with what she's dealing with, she still know what's supposed to be done when it comes to these families. So it's funny. It's funny.
Right. She would get you straight if you
Right.
step out of bounds.
She really will, because we were at the store, all of us together. My mother-in-law told me, Deitra, don't ask him how to do stuff. You don't ask me, and you do what you want to do. I said, okay. And I was like, my husband's probably like, oh, okay, you know, what's happening with my marriage now? Oh, it's so funny. It's funny. I try to be mindful of that, not just taking how she did stuff, but thinking about how to keep harmony in my home. It's funny. It's funny. But it definitely it's something to think about, because I'm really thinking about our children, you know, where they have somebody to go to, lean on, a matriarch to go to. Hi, Ebony, good to see you.
Grand Rising, ladies. Grand Rising.
Well, I think
I love this conversation.
Yes, me too. You
so
have
your matriarchs. Or
Yes,
are you one?
I had a big mama. That's the amazing thing.
That big yeah.
When I got the flyer, I'm like, oh, I get to talk about my big mama. What a way to honor my ancestor today. I love her.
Yes.
So my big mama, she came from Alabama, and she was a pastor.
Oh.
I wasn't aware of my patriarchal side of my family until I was about 9.
Okay.
So my mom is she's a recovering drug addict, and she put us up for foster care a while ago.
Okay.
And the only person that came to my rescue at that time was my big mama.
Okay.
And I had no clue. So my story growing up was I had an amazing dad, the love of my mama's life, like the best man ever, but he passed away when I was 2. He treated me like a queen. Like I had a deity service. I had a glass bottles. I had things I've never heard of right now, or probably people would never hear of when I was younger. And that was taken away from me at 2. So I never knew any side but my mom.
Okay.
And my mom's side, her legacy stops with them. We didn't
Okay.
have my grandma and grandfather on her side. So when she put us up for foster care, my big mama came, she was like an angel to me. Like she
Yeah.
usually wore white because she was in the church. She
Right.
had like a gold tooth in the front because she was from Alabama. She
Right.
had all these gold, everything, the gold trinkets. I'm not wearing my bracelets, but I kind of got my bracelet wearing from her. She
Okay.
always had gold bracelets, gold around her neck, and the accent out of this world. And I always thought she was strange when I was growing up because I never met nobody like her.
Right. Right.
But she was so special. So she really taught me the power of our feminine energy,
Yes.
like how to be a lady, but a lady that commands respect, because she was always, what is that, meek. She was a meek woman, but when she said something, it
Yeah.
was serious. Like
Yes.
it was like, yeah, don't play with Big Mama.
Right. Don't play.
Don't play. And she had a way of cussing you out without cussing,
Uh,
and then pulling you back into the Lord. Like she
Yeah,
could.
yeah.
I'm like, how you doing this? But so she really taught me the command and the power of our feminine nature. She really grounded me and taught
oh,
me
that's wonderful.
discipline at a young age. My mama had 6 kids at the time, no, 5.
Mm-hmm.
And we were kids. We
Yes.
were kids, and we were project kids. If y'all know what a project kid is, we was
Yeah.
project kids.
Mhm.
So to go live with her, and then I didn't have to move far. She stayed, like, I stay in River Rouge, she stay in Southwest Detroit, which is like literally a hop, skip, and jump, if you know that old
Yeah.
saying from each other. So she had me surrounded by so much love. And it was like the older love, like the old school love we're not finding around here. It was
Right.
just love. Like if Big Mama sleep and the door closed, don't mess with her. I got my Uncle Harold, which is her son and my dad's brother. And
Uh-huh.
and my Uncle Harold and my dad was like this. So
Okay.
I got all the knowledge of my daddy from my Uncle Harold, and to just
Yeah.
sit under him and listen to him. He's so old school. He want to eat a stick and talk, and he the one that's the wild one, and I get to hear him cuss and drink and all that other stuff because Big
Right.
Mouth sleep.
Exactly.
And our
Right.
little secret, we ain't gonna worry Big Mama with that. Like it was just a beautiful thing, and to have that man like rock out with me until the time he left this earth, and I know he up there rocking for me now, is amazing. Like my
Yeah.
Big Mama the same. Like she gave me family ties. She gave
Yeah.
me family traditions. She gave me that discipline and grounding.
Yeah.
She gave me a sense of being my only child for a minute. I always tell people my family is huge. I got a lot of siblings.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest girl out of the siblings, so I'm the second mama. But at my house, I was the only child.
Okay.
Mhm.
I got to get my porcelain tea set, and I got to play by myself. All my things was of mine.
Yes.
I had an aunt Effie that she would take care. That's why I admire you so much, Sister Deitra. My big mama took care of my aunt Fanny and my aunt Effie for years, and they were going through what they were going through. And I had Aunt Fanny. They said don't talk. She don't talk to nobody. Don't go in there and talk to her. Leave her alone. Girl, me and her. That was. I swear I thought she was my imaginary friend because I didn't know what they was talking about. That lady was talking to me.
Okay. Okay. Mm.
She used to talk to me. I couldn't put it together, but she used to talk to me. She ain't talked to nobody.
But she talked to you.
She talked to me. And my Aunt Fanny used to, keep me close at church because
Oh,
her husband and my big mom was the leaders of the church. And she just
okay.
used to keep me close because she know I didn't like church, and she know I didn't like why I had to wear stockings and they itchy and I want to get up and it's time to sit down and
Right.
these itchy stockings. When I sit, the stockings itch even more. So
Exactly right.
So yeah, when you said Big Mama, I swear, I'm like, oh man, this is my time to share out. And
Yeah.
I love that lady so much. I miss her so much.
Do you have someone else that's kind of sits in for the family now?
No,
Oh, wow.
and that's the part that hurt because I
I know.
don't. So our generation of children won't get that,
Right. That's what I was saying too.
and that's sad. And
Right.
it's a lot of families that's similar to that, and they have people that can step up to be big mamas on earth. They choose not to.
Yeah. Right.
I'm not sure what is the fear of old age with some people.
Right. And wisdom, just having wisdom. That's what it is. We have a lot, as we get older, we get a lot of wisdom on how to deal with different situations,
Yeah.
and we have a lot of wisdom.
Yeah. So I try to step up. I'm an auntie diva, so it's like I give you
Right,
auntie diva wisdom.
right, exactly. Yeah, that's true. That's what I was talking about. How do we go to the next generation and getting them a person or a group of people or however for them to go to, because it's important. That whole matriarchal system is very, we all have it in our family some kind of way, whether it's an auntie or friend on the neighborhood, or it doesn't have to necessarily have to be blood. It could be just somebody who everybody goes to on the street or in the school, in the church, so. But Queen gave a good description on what is a part of that. I don't know if you remember what you said, Queen, but it was good when you talked about the attributes of a big mama, Yeah. But they can be stern, very loving. But there are somebody that everybody trusts, they feel comfortable going to them with stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, but they gotta trust you, with, feel okay with telling you things that you really wouldn't tell anybody else. You would tell Big Mama, she'll be okay with it. Yeah, so
All about it. Tell,
right.
tell mama.
That's right.
And I think it's that stillness too. Like if you think of Big Mamas was still. It was like a still energy about them. Like they just was at peace and calm and
Yes.
stillness. So they were like approachable, like you, and warm, like. And I even think about my mama sometimes. Like she does that with my nieces and nephews and my son, like her grandchildren, her great grandchildren. She does do that, but she still want to hang out.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's the balance. Like she ain't gonna be still for long.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's some stillness. Yes. And and it's interesting because in our communities or that fostered, like stillness. No, everybody want to get out, they want to work, they want to do a whole bunch of stuff. where we're not at peace, sometimes, So how do we cultivate that in someone to be a big mama? It takes time.
Well, I don't know if you can cultivate for someone else to be a big mama,
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
because big
They
mamas
just are.
it's yeah, right,
They
right.
just are.
They just are. This their personality, their warmth to people.
Mhm.
They usually cook.
Right.
You can sit in the kitchen with them and talk and stuff, and yeah. So no, you can't create a big mama.
Yeah.
Is or isn't, and it's something that yeah, that's something that's just natural. She just is.
Right.
Oh, she just is. And there could be other people who do cook all the time and do this, but they're maybe too stern.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
They
Too
will
judgmental,
they will
too.
do all this stuff, but you can't sit in their living room on the couch. There's a plastic thing on the couch, and
Right.
all this stuff. As children, you just get used to it. But
That's true. Yeah.
yeah,
Raziya is like that kind of person, She not about couch and plastic, but about
right,
cooking.
right. And so, yeah, Grand Rising, Lakeisha, we're talking about matriarchs, big mamas. And I bet you Lakeisha's a big mama on her generation.
I bet you that's what I was going to say. If anybody's in the making on this panel, it's Lakeisha.
Grand Rising, ladies.
Grand Rising.
Rising.
I wanted to just say, when as we have these conversations, I remember my friend Maxine Woods, her grandmother, Rosalie Farrell,
Mm-hmm.
8 roadkill.
Hey, roadkill.
She ate roadkill. I'm talking about possums. We go out there and get the possum. She get the possum. She clean it. She eat the head and the eyes. She packed her gun. She smoked. She had her boyfriends. You mess with her boyfriend, she'll cut you.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's a Medea, huh?
Yes. A definite Medea.
Yeah.
Had to mention her because that woman, I loved her to death. I always had a place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness! I mean, you're just sending me back.
Yes.
When I was 8 and 9 years old on East Wilson in Pontiac, across the street, the one who spit tobacco. Her house always smelled like tobacco spit because she had her cans all over. But she cook, and oh my God, I always had a place to stay. When mom would go off, she, come on, baby, have a meal. Come on, go to sleep. Yeah. Oh my goodness, she'll just take me back to these people. Who said I didn't, but I did.
Yeah.
You just brought it up in me. I did have big mamas in my life. I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. That's good. That your smile does it all for me.
Yeah. Lakeisha, are you a big mama in the making?
I don't know. Y'all say big mama. What's that like? How you had that matriarch that the family that keep the family together. Is that what y'all talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but they sure trying to put me in that position. My family sure trying to put me in that position. My aunt Hazel was that person. Like, everybody, you go her house, you liable to see any and everybody in the family. She always had the food, always feeding you. I mean, everybody went over there, and the family's not been the same. So they've been trying to put that pressure, on me to make sure on Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that, the whole family together.
Right.
So I'm getting there a little bit, but do help my nieces and my nephews. I had to take a couple of them in.
Okay, yeah.
That's about the extent of it. But they sure look at me to make sure everybody stay connected and different things like that. So I got to work on that area.
Okay, well, good. Thanks for
Oh,
stepping.
what happened with your sister? Yeah, what happened? The saga.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, I meant to ask because I wrote it down. I wrote it
God.
down the other day so I can remember to ask her, but it never came around to that.
Yes, the follow-up.
So that was very interesting. I ended up having to put her out my car because I couldn't take it no more.
What?
Went. So once we got there, I had to go pick her up. So she didn't want me to go in with her.
Okay.
When we got there. So I was a little disappointed about that because I kind of wanted to make sure that the therapist do everything that was going on. But I sent her pictures beforehand. So she didn't want me to go in there. So they went there for like an hour. She came back out. My sister wanted to go to the restroom, wanted me to go with her. I said, no, I'm good. I'll stay here because I wanted to talk to the therapist. Right. So she said that her hands is going to be full because my sister think she has no part into how the condition is where it is. She keeps blaming her mother, her grandmother, and her. She doesn't see her point of view, that she has anything a part to do with that. So she said her task is going to be full. You could tell she liked her. She said she feels good with her, the therapist said, so she thinks that she may come back. So she set up another appointment for the 22nd. So after we left, my sister ended up having to come over here with me for some hours because I got to continue my continual ed through my life insurance and all that. So she stayed with me pretty much that day. So trying to watch Hoarder didn't work. The movie, Hoarders, that episode.
Yeah.
And I asked the therapist, does she think that would help if maybe we watched it together? So she was like, no, because she's going to figure like, what do I need to watch that for? Right. But I did it anyway. She was totally not interested in it at all whatsoever. And she kept trying to say, but that's not me. That's not me. That's, I don't know. I'm not saying that this is you, just to, to understand how this, episode comes. So she really wasn't paying attention to it. So after about a half an hour into it, I just turned it off and let her see what she wanted to see. But like a long story short, I took her home, and she gonna say, well, he not here. He not here. And I'm so glad now I have a peace of mind. But I'm about to go in here in this raggedy old house. I'm about to go up in here in this raggedy old house. And I just like, really? Like, you about to get put out and you call this a raggedy old house. And I said, girl, if you don't get out of my car with that foolish, just get out of my car right now. Just get out of my car. Why would you say that? Like, why would you call his house raggedy? And this is where you live, and this is where you about to get, hopefully, I ain't gonna say that, but this is where they want you to leave, and you're going to say this raggedy house, and, look at your house. Right. So that's how that went. So I just threw my hands up from it. She's still there, Now that he knows that he can't throw her off on me, he has some kind of compassion for her that he don't want her out in the street. So I'm going to let it just be just like that.
I know that's right. I know that's
Call me if you need me. But I'm leaving just like that.
Call me if you need me, but please don't need me.
Yeah, so I hope she goes on the 22nd. I think it's a Thursday. That the therapist did tell her that if she doesn't call her, that she's definitely gonna, call her and try to get her in. But she said her work is definitely going to be cut out for her.
Okay. How's my girl Michael Jackson doing?
Girl, that's her idol.
Oh, really?
Yeah, honey, that's her idol. So yeah, that's what that, that is. She didn't call me and wish me happy birthday. I was shocked because she normally do, but she didn't. So maybe she forgot.
Well, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Did you do something fun?
When was your birthday?
Yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you. I did what I wanted to do. I just wanted to relax. I just wanted to relax and chill and eat my favorite foods.
Okay, good for you.
And what are your favorite foods?
Huh?
What are your favorite foods?
Well, I love Thai food, but I eat that a lot. So I haven't been to Benihana's in a long time. So I like the chili shrimp roll sushi.
Okay.
So I went and got the chili roll sushi and then they chicken and rice. And I was good with that. And then the day before we had barbecue, so I wanted some ribs and I just wanted to just be greedy. So I had some ribs, some macaroni and cheese, and my favorite baked beans.
Okay, all right.
That sounds very joyfully delicious.
I know, right?
Joyfully delicious. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I want you all to know that Miss Ebony is gonna be tell them about what's going on in that NAACP meeting.
Yes.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah, so yesterday, guys,
Oh,
yesterday.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, yesterday was amazing. I had I'm part of the Western Wayne NAACP. I've been a member for a few years now. They invited me to speak for the first time in January, as a part of Just Transition team, and I'll explain that a little later too. But so in January when I spoke, they had an opening for a health chair in January. So I'm looking and I'm like, because I want to get more involved. So I already prayed and I'm like, look, God, I'm about to stop fighting my fears and whatever I'm supposed to do, I'm just about to face them very fearlessly. Like all my fears, I'm facing fearlessly. So I had the speaking engagement with them in January. And then the health chair they announced was open. And I'm like, Lord, health, really? Like, now you know I love a good rib tip. Now where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? So I'm like, I lead me and I'm asking everybody around me but me, like, you know what, y'all want to be in the NAACP? Y'all want to be a health chairperson? For about 6 months. 6 months. And so once they start having the in-person meetings, I start going. And just last month in June, they didn't announce it, but I prayed and I'm like, Lord, what am I doing? What am I doing? Because this Just Transition is taking on the thing. My Auntie Diva Super Kids is kind of dwindling. I'm not watching kids. I'm not doing nothing like kid-wise no more, or I don't have attendance or anything. So I'm like, what am I doing? The grant things start coming in. So I'm just really like trying to figure out what this path is for me. Because I'm like, it's a lot going on. So in June, when they start the in-person ones, I start going to their meeting. And lo and behold, as soon as I set my butt in the church, and after we pray, like after the meeting, it was like, so we are still looking for a health chair. And that's when they were doing Wellness Wednesday. So I can at least walk. I'm like, I can at least walk. Okay. I'm walking. I can at least walk. So they bring it up again. And I'm like, you know what? Let me ask my ladies in Just Transition how they feel about, supporting me if I do become the health chair. Because the Just Transition team that I sit on is specifically about environmental health. So the ladies like, yes, go for it. You're perfect for the job. Everything else. So I'm like, okay, I got support. I got some encouragement. Let me just throw my name in the hat. Threw my name in the hat, and they came back like the very next day and said, "You the health chairperson, and you're going to Boston with us in July, to our national convention."
Ooh,
Wow.
So I'm like, "Oh my gosh, really?" And the exercise we did with Reverend Armani, I manifested a plane ticket. Like I had a ticket in my hand.
Mm.
So since that practice, I done been to Washington for free. I can't. Well, it's been off. It's been God. I've been to Washington, and now I'm going to Boston. All because I'm moving through my fear, and I'm going through. I'm facing it because this is a part of my journey. So last night, when we had our NAACP meeting, they announced me. And not only did they announce me as the health chairperson, they announced me during their scholarship day. So
Mhm.
they were giving all the youth scholarships.
Aw.
And it was like a beautiful confirmation and alignment, because it's like, I love the youth, but that's not where my mission is. But what my mission is still going to be connected to the youth in any way I move. So it was just a beautiful night. The children was there with their families. It was children going to school for social work, which is what I'm just enrolled in school to do. There's children going into school for art and to be literature and to be an authors. There's a child that sits on like amazing boards and the National Honor Society. He's going all the way to California for a beautiful like marketing business, like something brain worthy. Like it was like a big name. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know you could do that, young man. That was just so beautiful. But and all they kept speaking about is like the power of a village, the power of a village. And it was confirmation, because my first event that I'm doing as the health chairperson is my youth event that I do every year under
Yes,
my daycare, which is the It Takes a Village Youth Fest.
yes.
So it was all divine alignment last night. I thoroughly loved it.
Oh, good.
My two best friends that are always rocking with me, my most oldest one and my most newest best friend, was both there together.
Oh, that's nice.
They gave me flowers. We went
Oh,
out to eat. I got to network with a lot of people. I hit a stumbling block in the middle of networking with a man that actually challenged me and tried to kind of dismiss me and
mhm.
my offer to him to help me work with Auntie Diva Super Kids. And he said, am I working with Terrence Wheeler, who is like the man out here as far as engagement in our community? And I said, well, no, because I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been doing this before this man got here in my community, So I said, no, I haven't. Like, just strange. And he like proceeded to try to turn away and walk away from me.
Hmm.
Like, oh, well, this is where our conversation starts, and tried to turn around and walk away from me. And I've never had that experience in a professional setting.
Mhm.
And my best friend, she was standing there, and she kind of like pulled him back, and she went in for me in a professional way, like a big mama would do,
Right,
Mhm.
with cussing him out without cussing him out,
right.
and tried to like, pretty much let him know who I was and whose I was, and
Yes,
kindly suggested if he could bring Terrence Wheeler to the table, we can all have a meeting together, and
exactly.
then I would know Terrence Wheeler.
Yes. Good.
But she spoke for me in a way of kindness, because my ego was coming out
Mm,
and I was in my head
right.
working through the things. And sometimes in the presence of things, when a person shifts your perspective, I have to remember I am still who I am.
Yes, yes.
Despite what that ego was trying to get out and say.
Mhm.
It was not her time anyway, because y'all told me yesterday it was the time for my diva to shine yesterday. And I
Yes.
let her shine. And it was like, so last night I went through these things, but when I journaled at the end of the day, I
Uh-huh.
seen so many things, and I seen just how far I grew up in my maturity and my
Yeah.
healing and a lot of other things, like a lot of things. So
Thank you for sharing that, Ebony.
yeah, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful outer perspective and inner perspective yesterday.
Yes, yeah, we're proud of you. We're happy.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you. And I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to connecting the Grand Rising Elizabeth to the women chair that's in our group. I am so excited for my group Just Transition, which is our
Yeah.
environmental action team. I sit on with Sister Deitra.
Yay.
And I'm just excited for what's ahead of me right now.
Yes.
Awesome. That's
We're glad
awesome.
to have you hold your hand through this process. We're glad to have you hold your hand.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, ladies. And I
Lakeisha?
brought all y'all with me. I moved, and I wish I could have got my hair bigger, like Mama Evelyn. Oh my goodness, your hair looks beautiful today. I'm sorry, I'm
Thank
just trying
you.
I've been wanting to say that all morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
I just took the braids out. It's time to.
Really, I
Yeah.
love it.
Okay, well, great.
Lion's mane. Her lion's mane.
Yes, yes. Little lioness there.
Let's see,
Lakeisha?
before we go today, I just wanted to mention that Mama Raziya is having Healing Support Network event on Thursday.
Mhm.
I sent out what it's about and everything on WhatsApp. So if you want to know more about it, check out WhatsApp.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Lakeisha?
Yes, I wanted to say also, Evelyn, your hair is beautiful. I wanted to say it also. It is so beautiful and nice. It looks nice and healthy. I wanted to say, Ebony, I'm excited about your success.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm really excited about your success and congratulations on that. But I had a question about the NAACP because my mentor a while back has said that should probably be an organization that we should think about getting associated with. So I didn't know, is there a membership fee or to get involved with the NAACP? Like,
Yes.
how would it benefit like a person in business? Like, how would that benefit?
It's a beautiful network. I call it an advocacy circle for our kind. So it's a beautiful network of people, and it's not even people that look like us. It's a general space that advocate for people like us. So the walks of life comes in all shapes, sizes, and colors. If you have youth, it's a $10 membership for youth. If you are an adult, it's $30 a month for the adult. Then they have a lifetime package and some other things, but we always start at the beginning. Like I've been paying $30 for some years now, and I get a lot of acknowledgments. I get the opportunity to go to their balls. Like they have a big gala of networking people. They have a lot of like elected officials, and it's a great way to like just rub elbows with everybody that you would normally not be in a space with.
Is that $30 a year or a month?
I think it's a year. I'm sorry. I think it's a year.
Okay. All right.
Instead of a month. I think
Oh.
it's a year. Then it's different chapters. So I'm a part of the Western Wayne chapter, which is only servicing the outside of Detroit area. So it's service like Southgate, Dearborn Heights, River Rouge, Ecorse, Melvindale, people on the like the Western Wayne side. It makes sense. So
is there a way to look at a website or something that shows?
yes, you can go to naacp.org.
Okay.
And the Detroit one is they have meetings, so it's a meeting once a month, a membership meeting once a month. They have different each chair is responsible for different events. So in Detroit, and we all work together. So I just got an announcement about I still have my notes, and I want to share the national convention is the one I'm going to in Boston, but they're having a Freedom Fund Committee party for the Freedom Fund dinner that's going on October the 15th. Detroit is having a Martin Luther King walk down Woodward, and they're having a party for it on June 24th. And that's just celebrating the first time that Martin Luther King had spoke his "I Have a Dream" speech, which was actually in Detroit.
Yes.
And then he had it in Washington. So we're just celebrating and recreating that for his 60th anniversary. And yeah, just log on to the page. It's
Thank you.
and if it's not .org, it could be .com. Don't get me wrong. It could be one or the other.
I think it would be .org, I think.
Yes. So if .org don't pop up, move it to the .com.
Okay. Good, thank you for sharing the info. Thank you.
Yeah, and they have like jobs. So it's the clerk's office, the Wayne County clerk's office is hiring. Like people won't get this kind of information like that. So
Right.
they encourage certain members to support certain things. And then if it's not your thing, they have a thing for everybody. They have youth, they have men, they have women, they have if you're into the political field, like they have fields for the voters' right to advocate for voting and voters registration. They have the health department, the health side. My job is to advocate for us the health issues that affect us, like diabetes, high blood pressure, AIDS, things like that, flu, things that impacts our culture.
Yeah.
Okay, great. We're actually coming up on the hour now. Queenie, anything you want to share with the group specifically?
I was looking at the NAACP. It is .org.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go over that. Let me see. I don't have anything particular. We want to get back to inviting people to our shows. And yeah, because we were so focused on the event. Now we need to get back on the bringing guests in.
Yeah.
To this conversation and yeah, and work on the time. Because if we have 2 hours and like I think was it Monday? I think was it Monday or it was one day we stopped I think 15 minutes early because we were just at a point of just sitting there looking stupid with each other.
Right.
Never look stupid. But do you have some flyers? Is it okay to give out the flyers with the past hosts?
It's time to make new ones.
Okay, so we need some flyers.
I can do that, and I will have a conversation with Mama Raziya, and in particular because she is the head, and I totally get that. What she's going through in life, and age, and and then, running her own stuff. So, we'll see what's happening for the Tuesday crew.
Okay, that sounds like a plan for sure.
I also need to get someone else along with Danielle, because it's just Danielle.
Right.
And yeah, so we'll start, going back and meeting about, the leaders of the group and see what we need some new fire, we need some new energy, we need some new topics, we need some straight up direction that we want to go in right now. Like, for instance, the business plan for Friday. I really think that that at a certain time there should be some type of evidence of what we've been getting up every morning doing.
Right.
And make it more impactful.
Okay.
And more towards what we're about in life, because that's what Elizabeths are. They're bringing forth babies, but sometimes you have to concentrate on a certain thing. Okay, the conference is over. Now we need to get back to putting stuff out on the internet, inviting our friends, inviting some new guests. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
you for sharing that. Good.
Yes, that's where that is. The other thing that can happen, see, like, because I'm looking at Wednesday evening having a show. And that was why I switched with with Omani's group, with the Course in Miracles, from Wednesday to Thursdays, because I had always wanted a
Wednesday show.
A Wednesday show. I thought of it as midweek service, in church.
Right.
Midweek Bible study, so it would take you through the rest of the week, and church will take you through till Wednesday, like that type of thing. Yeah, so I can capture some people that are not morning people, and those people who are in California, 3 hours difference. If
Right.
it's an evening show, then they can't jump on that. So yeah, working towards that, and few other things. So anyway, and then the other thing is I don't want to do anything, and basically the Lord has been bringing the people and the next subject, and the who should be on the lead or on the team for running the show for that particular day, whatever that day is. So just listening to the Holy Spirit to what's next, and it usually just kind of unfolds if I just keep my butt out of the way.
Right.
And my butt out of the way also means I have to be very careful of what I'm thinking and then what I'm speaking as well. So some things that I'll be like, well, maybe it's time. No, you do not. No. No matter what it looks like. If it's just me and one other person on here, as the Lord does whatever is doing, and revitalizing, restructuring, and all of that kind of stuff, and just being sensitive to what. So for instance, there was a time when I'm being transparent, when Wednesday became available, and I asked Mama Het, and I said, you need some partners. You need 2 other people so that I don't have to take over when you're not available.
Right.
So she mentioned Mama Evelyn.
Right.
And I said, no, not Mama Evelyn. So we need new energy, and bringing in new, new people that has
Right.
another following that's bringing in.
Right.
So we mentioned it the other day, and I said that I had talked to Mama Evelyn about being on the Wednesday show, right? And she said, "Well, I mentioned Evelyn, so she did mention you."
Mhm.
And you said no. I said, exactly, because Mama Evelyn was not ready.
Mhm.
You get that right, Mama Evelyn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying about, the person might be there, but they're just not ready. And then here comes Rev, and then she steps into that class, and Mama Evelyn has been having breakthroughs and breakthroughs and breakthroughs and breakthroughs.
Mhm.
So I said, she's ready now.
Hmm.
As a leader, you must be sensitive to that, and as a leader, when the Holy Spirit putting people into your life, and sometimes it's like, I know God ain't put you in my life, but there are things that you need to learn as a leader,
Exactly.
and how to
That's
deal with all kind of personalities. And
That's
if I put you with them, there's something the two of you are going to learn from it and strengthen yourself, hopefully.
yeah.
Hopefully you don't get destroyed from it. But even when you're feeling like you're being destroyed, she said this to me, or she did that, God will use that for you to learn where your weaknesses are and your strengths are.
Mhm.
That's
In that, even when it's not just skills, it's personalities, it's love,
yeah.
it's
That's
values, it's all of that.
Yes.
You know, as we've been talking, I'm thinking I would love to put out a survey, especially for the Health and Wellness Day, Tuesday.
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
what kind of things do the ones that come every day want to see? Do you want to talk more about food, or do you want to talk about health, or I'm going to put it in WhatsApp, so I do that part.
Yeah. And then if you're by yourself, then we need to get somebody else. Because nobody's necessary. I'm not even necessary. You
Yeah,
know what I do? I turn Zoom on.
that's important.
It's important, but everybody knows how to turn Zoom on and sit through the whole, and drive the conversation and stuff like that. Well,
Right.
I won't say everybody knows how to drive the conversation, but um yeah, so, and then you guys are new people. We get
Right.
to create something. What is it on your heart? When you came, Deitra, you came in somebody else's platform.
Right. I did.
That mean, you've been holding it down, but it might be something else that you get to bring to the table. If you were the leader, what would that be? Or yeah, what would that be? Yeah. Yeah. And I wanted to say that those of you who are not in that leadership, I think I'm the only one. Well, Deitra, you can also participate in and bringing guests on.
Oh yeah, I've done that many times, so I do.
You a leader. You ain't. I'm not talking to you.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that those who are not in the quote unquote, title leadership, you might have somebody that you would be perfect on and it really doesn't matter the date. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
I have a friend that was here yesterday, and I said, girl, you got to come on for Friday. She said, oh, I do this on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I said, well, I know, I said, well, we can do Tuesday. Just let me know. It's just another day.
Right.
It doesn't have to be that this is what what we basically do.
True.
So that everybody's bringing people to the table. And
Yeah.
what it does is it helps you in one day you might be the one, maybe not on this platform, but another platform where you're running it.
Yes.
And, now you got a direction
Mm.
like that. Mhm.
Are we the one who gets in touch with the person we want to bring on?
Yeah, I would know
Do-
them.
I mean, if you do know them, because you know them.
No,
No.
yeah, if you want, like for instance, when Reverend Shaida, I'm not saying her right, came on, I asked Danny to ask her
Mhm.
because that's her pastor, but she hadn't really thought about her. And I said, "Why don't you have pastor?" Oh, okay, I'll take care of that. So you may know somebody, Evelyn, that I know her, or Deitra knows her, or whoever, and you think about it and say, "Why don't you ask so and so?" If you like, maybe you don't know them, but you know of them, and they know of you. But Deitra knows her, then that like that, and then just tell somebody she can come because my girl, she can't come on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, so. I knew Tuesday. Just let me know and I'll check with them and slot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because now when I talk to anybody, I'm thinking, what can they offer to Elizabeth?
Would they be a fit?
Right, did they have anything to share or something? So it's nice. Yeah, but Ebony, I saw your text. Thank you, honey. She's willing to come on aboard on Tuesday and help me out.
Hey. Yay.
Hey.
Is it a couple things going on Tuesday, or just one thing going on Tuesday? Is it Tuesday evenings?
No, Tuesday, 1 thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And the meeting is usually on Tuesday of the team.
At night.
I invite everybody that is serious about the group, to be. But now everybody's on there anyway, except for Lakeisha.
I thought it was just, I know, Tuesdays, okay.
Yeah, Tuesday, what is that, 7 o'clock? Tuesday nights.
Okay. Now, what about, y'all said something about Imani has a class or something?
Omani. She has Thursdays.
Yeah, Reverend Omani has Thursday, and Danielle has Monday.
Oh, you're talking about in the morning. Those are
in
their
the morning.
Yeah,
the Course of Miracles at nighttime, all right.
Yep, the Course of Miracles at night.
Yes, at night.
What is it called?
The Course in Miracles goes on Wednesday and Thursday nights. But those are closed anyway. Until she
they're closed.
Yeah. She already started those. That's a year program.
Yep, we go for a year.
Well, I think, the Wednesday night is almost done. But I think they're going to go, I don't know if it'll continue on a Wednesday, but they're going to go into teaching, being a teacher.
Nice.
They're going to go right on into that.
We still getting there.
What, Mama Evelyn? I see your mouth.
No, being a teacher, does that mean going through the Course of Miracles a few times, or are they in training to just
facilitate the course with a group of people?
Oh, just gonna go through the back of the book, the manual.
Yeah, in the back here, they'll start learning how to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, manual for teachers.
Okay. I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
We getting there, Mama Evelyn. We getting there.
Yeah.
Y'all got a ways to go.
Yes.
Surprised at how many people have not heard of A Course in Miracles. That is what I've heard some people who have, but some people like one of the teachers at Waldorf, she's about this. I've seen her, she went to school, she's several years younger than Sheena. I saw her at Waldorf when she was young, saw her grow up the 8 years that Sheena was there, or the 6 years she was there, and then came back and she was teaching, and she's taught she's graduated a couple of classes. and now she's been married and she's having her first baby, and there will be 4 generations.
Wow.
So
Mhm.
stuck, and I invited her to the thing on the 17th, and I was surprised she hadn't heard of A Course in Miracles, only because, you know, and then I was really surprised when the white women, when we went to the beach on Monday, they had to heard of A Course in Miracles, you know. So that was, you know, but yeah. So I mentioned A Course in Miracles to everybody and just say, I don't try to explain what it is. I just say it's helping me with my spiritual walk with God. That's how I explain it.
Exactly.
You know, it helps me. It has helped me step up my spiritual game that I said I wanted to do, but wasn't taking steps to do it. So now I'm taking the steps to do it. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
I just looked it up. Is it a book? It look like A Course in Miracles. Are there like books? Because I just tried to look it up
No,
myself.
this is it.
Yes, it's a book.
A Course in Miracles, and it doesn't have like number 2 and 3 and 4.
No.
This is it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Reverend and many other Danny and all of them. This is one of the spiritual books that you have. You know, you had your Bible, you had something like this, and those who actually go through, especially if they're what I want to say.
Have you ever heard of
It's a must have when you once you learn it and stuff, and it's not and it's easier when you're with the group, it seems.
It is.
There is some explaining to do and break down, but there's so much freedom in this book. I'm telling you.
Freedom from the thought you may be still grappling with. There are plenty of online on YouTube, plenty of people reading it. There are a lot of people reading it and reading it to you, and then someone will explain what it means. So if you wanted to go that route to get a taste, when it was Detroit Renaissance, which has, I guess, is no longer where they merged with another one, but that's like the unity churches are what churches that they're non-denominational, and that's where I first saw Kim, the singer.
Yes,
And they used to have, like I said, they had the Course in Miracles in the bookstore, and I kept looking at it and going over there and looking at it.
Right.
Looking at it. So yeah.
Because I'm a member of Detroit Unity Temple, and we definitely have a class on the Course in Miracles there too. So
yeah, but don't be surprised. You'd be surprised how many people have never read the Bible.
That's true.
I sort of read through it, but not really. I haven't.
Well, I'm just saying, you were saying you're surprised that people didn't. But look how old you are, and you're just now. So why are you surprised?
Oh no.
I haven't finished the Bible. I've read it. I haven't finished it.
I think I'm going to take Iyanla Vanzant, Alita that comes on. She wanted to take the Course in Miracles, but she missed the deadline. And so she went and took a class. She's taking a class right now, walking through the Bible with Iyanla, from a different perspective approach of the Bible and stuff. So hopefully I've got that time to do it next time, for the next one that she does.
Okay.
Do it from that point. I do want to do a study though of the Bible around the finances and stuff, all the scriptures, and just let it get sink aside and get that kind of revelation.
Your blood.
And on leadership.
Yeah.
I studied a lot about leadership when I started working, leading my family and stuff, and I started a lot on the study of leadership. Now that that's been said, then we bring our butts on here at the end, and then we go overtime and not start on time.
Right.
So a lot of that, and then we get some a topic, and then we're like, oh.
Right.
Well, welcome. Thank you, Ebony, for joining.
Hey,
And,
thank you, Ebony.
And I'm gonna. I know I'm gonna ask somebody else to take a position on a Monday. Around to see if she could come on Mondays, and especially for these next 2 months as we go through the business plan, because I need Lakeisha, I need to hit them from the front and the back on Monday and Friday. And Danielle does a lot about the social media and stuff, and some other things. I would love for you to be a co-host with Danielle.
I would love to second that, Queen. I would love to, if we vote in, can we?
Can we force her by both votes? I don't know what your schedule is, but it helps when there's another,
perspective to the business world, especially, we've
Exactly.
already got it up and running, and
Right.
you can give us some nooks and crannies and ins and outs, and oh yeah, well, I went through this and whatever. So yeah, I think we benefit from that very much.
You say what days? What days?
On Mondays.
On Monday.
On Danielle.
Mondays, and partner with
I want you to partner with Danielle for Monday.
Danielle.
And see, and then
Monday mornings or Monday evenings?
No, morning.
Monday morning.
And
Money Monday, Lakeisha.
Monday.
Monday, because she like money. We gotta talk her language.
So you have a date with money on Monday morning, okay?
Okay.
And then it's good when you have, because my team, I value them. I really do. I'm gonna do this, and I text them the day before. Like I know Deitra, she checks with them, but she ends up doing it on her own. And so we got to get what that team is. And but now we got the two of you. So that's
my girl Ebony.
And you know what's so funny? Is because
let me say this one thing, and y'all can talk about what the group that you're in, the environmental stuff. See, we can
Yes, right.
Yeah. Go ahead, Lakeisha.
And what's so funny that you are mentioning that is because I said I was just gonna start letting the Elizabeth know about all the grants that's available, all the different organizations. I had already said that when it's that I was going to do that anyway. So this is like really right up there. I don't know, my spirit was like, you need to just let them know about what's going on with the bid. Let them know about the grants. Let them know about some other things that I wanted to share with you all also. So this is really like alignment.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah. Because see, at first, I guess, I don't know, it might have been 6 months. Mama Ayaba and Mama Hawa, they were talking about our culture and us as women and all of that. That was more cultural. And so then, so each group brings in a different thing. I'm telling you, the Holy Spirit is just, and like Omani said, she says, I knew you were coming after me. The Holy Spirit had told her. And just like what you're saying, okay, the Holy Ghost said, tell them what you do. Tell them this, tell them that. You remember you said, I don't know why I wasn't planning on telling y'all all that. And I got a bachelor in this and a master in this, and I done opened these businesses, and I'm like, okay, I hear you, Lord. So thank you, lady.
Thank you, Lakeisha.
Stepping in. Now I got all leaders on the phone in the boxes, and Pam. her leadership is in the, I look at her as our intercessor. She
Yeah,
prays
yeah.
for us, and keeps that thing. So
Yeah, thank you, Star.
She's
mhm.
the star, like the North Star.
Right, there you go. I like that.
Family talking about you. Walking around here like a genie in a bottle with her,
Right.
her bald head. she get a little fuzz, and she's my hair, I gotta get my hair cut and stuff.
Hey, keep it tight. Keep it tight.
All right, Queens, it is 10:20.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, go to Randazzo's. So.
Yeah. All right. Give yourself a hug. And the world a hug. And bring it down. Bye.
Great day.
Have a
All
great
right, bye,
day.
ladies.
Make it fun.
Peace, ladies.
That's the first last day of school. Tomorrow's
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay! Yay!